picked it up?
Say that again.
How do you feel now that Miramax picked up Paris is Burning?
Oh my God! Like it's crazy. It's amazing. I mean, like it's so fabulous that they did that. I mean, Miramax again. They keep re-releasing it is what they're doing. You know, and I wish a lot of those people were still alive to bask in the glory of it.
I know a lot of people criticize this movie, but you know, when these people and everybody's gone, you know, you gotta appreciate this film. No shade,
great.
Even though there's a
great documentary. I mean, it's definitely there. You definitely see the difference of how it was back then. I'm sure kids watch it now. The generation now must look at it and be like, "Wow," you know what I'm saying? Like you hear how some of the stories, and now it's easier being gay and living in New York City or anywhere for that matter.
Right,
you know, very easy. It's an easier life now. I like to think it's much more easier. You know, it's definitely more accepted, and that makes things a lot easier. You know.
Yes. How do you feel about all the negative things that people say about, you know, Jenny and Paris is Burning?
I mean, I know that there's a lot of people upset. Like, I'm not upset about anything, you know, and I think that it was a moment and it happened, and I think that there shouldn't be any grudges to hold over stuff like that, you know, and anyone who was in it was happy with it, you know, the lead characters in the film. Right, you know, I remember Angie didn't have a grudge against Johnny. I don't think Willie did either. You know, it was good with them. They went to the premiere of it. They did press for it. So I think anyone else who participated that was in it and allowed them to film, you know, you did it by choice. You know, you did it because you wanted to. You signed the release form.
Right.
So you can't be upset. You can't really be upset about.
There's a little rumor about the little release form, but that's another episode in its own.
Oh my God, I'm sure, like I said, but like I know, as far as like, you know, I think at the end of the day, it is a great thing, you know, like no matter what.
The first time I came into Christopher Street and I learned about, you know, the Vogue scene and everything, everybody was like, "Oh, child, you need to listen to Paris is Burning," and I was like, "Pal, what's Burning? Is this like a poetry book or what?"
I know, growing up in
the
new
what
generation.
Is that? What is that?
Yeah, and then one day, you know, I went to, you know, one of my friend's house, and I don't want to spook the tea, but, you know, and she was like, "Miss D, you want to watch Paris is Burning?" And I was like, "Okay, down." And she pumped in the tape, and I was like being fed like this. It was like the tea. I drank tea with my eyeballs.
Wow, you stood there like gagging. Right?
I was gagging. I didn't know what to say. All I know is that when I was walking home, I was already practicing the dance moves and everything. By the time I got home into my bed, I was already planning what. I was already planning what I need to work on.
I want to go to New York. I have to see this shit.
Yes. I was born and raised in New York, so shout out to New York City.
Oh, right. Okay, right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you know, then you was like, I got to go to a ball.
Yes. I lived in the Lower East Side, so I like walked up the block a little bit, and I was like, okay. They was like, this is the Greenwich Village. And I was like, okay, so where's this so-called Christopher Street? You know, and then one day, my friends from high school, again, I'm not going to say no names. They was like, come on, girl, we're going to show you where Christopher Street is. So we went to Christopher Street, and that was it.
And it felt like you discovered America, right?
I pioneered, honey. I wrote my little name. I stomped my foot on the little railing of the pier, and I did my little signal on my forehead. Bloop, bloop. And I was like, I discovered new territory. And then I remember my first night too. Like when it got dark, it was like 100 queens voguing, and I was cringing. Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
On the concrete bar like that. Sometimes, you know, it was optional, a cardboard box. I remember sitting on that concrete like nothing.
In the beginning, everybody was just chilling there with their glasses, looking perked, sitting on the little area with the trees. And I don't know if Damien had his boombox or what.
Yes, always.
Yes, and you know, a whole bunch of girls would be perched there, and everybody be walking up and down the pier and stuff. And
to the wee hours, man.
Okay.
Every day to the wee hours.
Every 5 minutes, somebody was crossing the street and coming in and coming out.
It was so cool. Just sit there in the summertime and like watch the sun come up. You know, but now that's not even allowed, man. Now all of that has changed.
I know. Now you have to sit with your hands folded. If not, security is giving you the pair of Chanel bracelets.
Yeah, after a certain time, I believe they tell you to hit it. You know, they want you out of there, you know?
Yes.
Yeah,
real quick, before we go into what everybody else wants to know, but let's talk about, you know, the clubs back in those days. What was the hot clubs for you back in the days?
The clubs for me.
Yes, what was the club scene like? Yes.
Tracks back in those days. I'm talking tracks, better days, you know, where they would play house music, you know.
Which one of those clubs you did your first battle?
House was hung out there, Pepper. You know, that's where I first came out to, going to Better Days, you know.
Yes.
That's where Better Days on 50th Street, 8th Avenue. Word. You know, I would go there, you know. Oh, my God. And then, of course, the garage. I started to go to Paradise Garage very early on, you know.
Yes.
Yeah,
Which one of those clubs you
Sound
broke in
Factory,
first?
Of course, right after that.
Do you hear me?
Yeah. Sound Factory, Vasquez, oh wow, the best time growing up in Sound Factory. Yeah.
Yes.
Those were the clubs. And there was a lot of after hours back in those. Now, you know, now there's not many, you know, like there's a lot of like after hours, you know, you hear about it, you know, the last minute, but back then these clubs were like open to the public, you know?
Wow.
Yeah,
amazing.
You know, I remember like from boom, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning all the way to 11 a.m. at Sunday from Saturday.
Wow.
You know, parties like that, you know?
You still didn't answer my question.
And a good time. What?
Which one of those clubs you broke in first?
Which one of those clubs I went to first?
No, which one you broke in first? Which one you had to battle? A vote
battle. Oh my God, the first one. The first one was this club called Midtown 43.
Yeah,
it was the first club. Midtown 43. That's where I first walked.
Legend.
Yeah, the nickel ball. Yeah, like we used to like battle each other, just playing around, and that's where I first voted in that club. And then because, you know, it was a group of friends, you know, it was like the LaBeijas, Manny LaBeijas, and oh my God, and Derek LaBeija, and those kids, and they would go there. Again, it was an African-American club, and they played great house music, and I was with them there. So I learned watching Ronald and them, except I was a dancer, so I was able to incorporate my thing to it.
Word.
And I just was rocking them. But that's where I first voted. Back in 19... You got me over here counting years and stuff, man.
Wow.
Back in, let me think, oh my God, look at that. I almost choked on that one.
She gagged.
85, 86, 87. Give me 86. Give me 86, 87. I was already clubbing. Yeah, because I came out like 85, 86, 15, 16. Yeah. So, yeah, I was already there behind the club, 87. Boom.
Yes.
Wow, that's young, bro. 17 years old, 18 years old.
Hey, I came out when I was like 14, 15.
I celebrated my birthday on tour. So, yeah, 16 years old clubbing.
Wow,
87. You know, I went on tour 89. I started working with her 89, 90. So, yeah, 87. Wow. 87, pal.
Wow! Oh my God! I was a baby. I was with the Cortina.
Don't even say that, man.
I was a Cortina.
How old are you?
I'm 35 right now.
Oh my God! Let me say that.
So
don't even answer.
I was with the Cortina, my mom's living room table with a brush, performing for my brother and my sister. Well, trust and believe that Vogue was in the playlist. Before I stepped on the block.
That was the plan for the future.
Okay. Well, we see Madonna on the TV, yes. We're going to get to Madonna real quick. But before we get into Madonna, let's talk about Queen's English real quick, because I just played that a little while ago.
Oh, you did? Cool.
Yeah, right before you came on the air, we put the Queen's English. Tell me a little bit about that track. How did that come about?
Wow, how did it come about?
Yeah, because that's different from being a dancer. Now you're a recording artist.
Yeah, well, yeah, somewhat. It was one of the artistic things that I wanted to like tap into as a kid. You know, I used to love to rap and stuff like that. Again, growing up in the hood, I grew up listening to Curtis Blow and Sugar Hill Gang and stuff like that, and I was very adopted to music.
I used to rap.
Hold on.
I gotta get on my hands and knees to you. I got to bow down to you because I'm a rapper too. You know, there's a lot of I know like there's a lot of rappers out right now, but you know, back in those days, that really wasn't invented. Like there wasn't many people who was doing that. Like there was an openly gay rapper.
No, I know, right? I said, damn, I would have been good. You know, I would have been out there as a rapper. Now they like, you know, they rap it, you know, the record label, the record deal. You know, I would have been out there too rapping because I love it. But yeah, Queen's English, like it was one of the things that we wanted to get into, like after from the tour, because it was always like a plan of us to do music, going to the clubs, and Madonna from early on wanted to do something like that with us, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and so basically we were very lucky to get a record deal through her.
Okay.
And go ahead.
Are you signed?
What?
Did you sign to her label?
Yeah, we were like first on Maverick. Like we were one of the first artists on Maverick when it was first born, when she first came out with it and stuff. But yeah, and we did a lot of great stuff. And honestly, like it's not one of my favorite songs, believe it or not. I'm sorry to say that, because we worked on other stuff. Like I said, we were rapping. Like, you know, I always loved rap, so like Madonna knew that, and she liked how I sound and how me and Louis sounded to get together. So, you know, she gave us the deal, but I really didn't like that song. We had other material that was really good, you know. But of course, she sang on it, and that made it hot, you know, and it was kind of well received, you know. Right. So we went with it, but on the real, it wasn't one of my favorite tracks at that moment, you know.
Which one is your favorite track, by the way?
There's a few. We were on a compilation CD for the record label, and we had like about 4 or 5 tracks on it. And there's this one track that I really enjoyed that was called "Do It to the Rhythm." I remember.
Word.
Why do you ask me that? Why do you ask me this was your favorite track? That was random. That was so long ago.
Hold on, because I'm writing that down because I'm about to get that from my playlist. No Tea, No Shade.
But you know, I liked her part a lot. I didn't like how it was everything else. It wasn't one of my favorites, but I like how her voice sounded on it, you know?
Yes. Well, I like everything that you do. I'm sorry, I'm a very huge fan. I like everything that you do. Like, I have all your stuff and everybody else's stuff in the Morrissey hanging in my wall. Like, y'all
Thank you
just
so
my
much.
Fans. Trust.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really, thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about Vogue. How did that happen, by the way?
What, with Madonna, you mean? Like, how did that happen? Yeah. Oh, wow. Like, she basically...
Wait, because I heard that you was in
what you heard?
Sound Factory.
Yeah.
And she came to you and she was like, "Excuse me, what is this dance that you're doing?" And you gave the very, "Excuse me, who are you?" And and she was like, "You want?" And you know how the girls.
No, that's not what happened. No, not like that. Not exactly like that. It was. I knew her stylist, her hairstylist Debbie from the club scene, and she would hang out. Yeah,
Debbie
she's an actress. Debbie Mazar.
She's
an actress. Yeah, right. Yeah, she was in Spike Lee's movies and stuff like that. And she's really great. She was in Goodfellas, you know that movie Goodfellas with Robert De Niro. Yeah, she did all of that. She's really great. Well, she at that time she was stylist for Madonna, hairstylist, and I knew her from the club scene. And she was like, "Yo, Madonna, she's looking for dancers." And of course, you're like, "Yeah, right." and of course, you know, she got us to make a video for Madonna. We did a videotape in one of the clubs, and we sent it in to her. And Debbie came back and was like, "Yo, she's coming into New York, and she wants to meet you guys." And then she came to Sound Factory, and that's where we met her. And from there, she invited us to the audition. You know, she liked us. You know,
did you invite her to Sound Factory, or she invited you to Sound Factory?
No, we were already there. And she came with Debbie.
Oh, okay. Word.
She came with Debbie, and we were there because we would hang out there. You know.
Okay.
So she came with Debbie, and I remember Debbie was like, "Look, Madonna, this is Jose and the Extravaganzas. I want you to meet them. And when I realized that it was homegirl, like I just like was like, because like I said, you don't believe that she's gonna walk in with.
But wait, she just walked in, or y'all was in